I have some thoughts today, and I've got some scribbles, and I've been on Twitter a little bit, mostly feeling lout. Bill O'Reilly, his return to TV, and with his opinions to prostitute every stub to have the right uh, to give it a go. Okay, to tag the ag down with war, and it's interesting. You give me that visual. Why I told you, dudes, hyphenated, and I'm like it's just like I can't turn off the thoughts. So I've got a lot of thoughts. I'm gonna get them up. But if I were to condense these, it is um, well, let me put this past what I'm doing. Candidly, I returned the net out at shoes.com. Again, still being tooled by a coupon. My bane, you know. Anyway, I found ea.ven Clarissa. They're very comfortable, and they have a cork sole that I could also put my orthotics in. They're a lot less expensive than fen. I believe it's NN. German shoe, also extremely comfortable, and has a cork sole that's removable, and I could put my orthotic in. So buying shoes like that are fortuitous for my well-being. Keen, Presidio, Mary Jane, I like a whole lot. Works well also. Um, anyway, I get tooled by a coupon, and I've had my surgery, so I think in terms of I want to have comfort for my feet that no longer have bunions, but they have two screws in them. And several scars. Uh, anyway, ea.ven's very strikingly comfortable. Clarissa, I bought the black. Well, the bronze is on sale. and I got a 30% coupon, and I'm like, So I returned the nat out, and I thought, well, I'll buy the Clarissa. But on the way to buying the Clarissa, I looked at Spring Step, which originally I thought, well, those are cute too. Oh my gosh. And then they had cute booties. And then I started seeing things that are like, that's eclectic creativity, which made me think that, wow, not all Spring Step shoes are uh, appealing to the eye. Some of it is just like, what were you thinking? You had some extra this and that, and you stuck it on, and then you then called that shoe, gave it a name so someone could frame it as, hey, I like this. Okay, so I decided to go with the Fly nude shoes. Nude shoes, they're a little sparkly and a little sassy, and in terms that I wanted a shoe, a nude, and I wanted it to start with a nude shoe to inspire me to make my own clothes in linen and silk. And I purchased the Naut Gladiator, and also I purchased Fly Pats, and that was it. It's nude, but it's called Camel Luna Cool Rug. It's a nude color. It's leather, and part of it's just a little bit sparkly, and it's not too high, meaning I'm utterly mobile in it, and yet it's elevated enough away from vacation recreation shoes that I can justify it. That it inspires me creatively. Well, I came across the Fly branding. How they describe themselves, and they do describe themselves as positioning themselves outside the box, so to maintain an individual representation. and that they study, I want to say accents or markers. That would be in my own words, but how they create their creativity seems to have some sort of consistent thread. When I was looking at Spring Step, you know, I'm like, oh, those are cute, those are cute. And then I saw something that would be like outside the box, but I'm like, holy cow, what did you do? Just be like, there, that's outside the box. You know, it didn't strike me as the same mental follow through. For instance, for me, thinking that heresy would be in the thief-in marketplace, exactly, would be to make money with your own even name on it, and then go to market, bring in your own ask to receive it. Okay, there's a reason why I would do it that way, and why I'm more than thinking of doing it that way. I'm expressing as a marker, I'm giving a signal direction that I most likely will be doing that because it makes a whole lot of sense, all things considered. My bane, the Clarissa ea.ven. Comfortable, really comfortable. Little Fisher sandals, okay? They call them fisherman sandals. I don't know. They're sandals, they're cute. Not everyone thinks they're cute. I read some reviews. I think they're cute. I wear orthotics and I've had bunion surgery, so I think those are cute. Not only, they're also comfortable. So the bronze is on sale. Wish I could leave it because, you know, I looked at shoes all last night, you know, discovered Spring Step and cycled through that, you know, what to spend my 30% off coupon on, and then I'm like, shit, can you just not? Because if I send out back, they will charge me a $6 or $7 restocking fee. So I'm kind of like, well, I don't want to lose that. Get it something else with 30% off. And yet I'm like, I look and I'm like, Angela, you have enough shoes. You have enough shoes to do whatever you think you may want to do. Dress up, dress down, go to town, go in the water, relax, you know. So I kept trying to get away from, I kept going back to the ea.ven after sussing options. I'm like, the ea.ven are comfortable. So I finally purchased them through PayPal. Now the thing that's happening at the same time, I got a letter from Maine Human Rights. So I was fired from my job 2 years ago for taking planned time off, and by Kevin Stine in Kittery, Maine, at Precision Tool Engineering, also known as Patten Tool, P-A-T-T-E-N, and where they only tool doff thief-end, and he makes items for war as he puts the Daily Bread pamphlets in his foyer, but can't recognize Grace when it's standing in front of him. And he aligned with his ag friend, Michael Messerschmidt, is an ag here in Portland, Maine, to put words in my mouth saying that I demanded that the guy that was toking on the lathe get fired. I didn't demand that. I pointed it out. And then Will Miles was like, oh, no, we're not going to say anything about this to the boss, Kevin Stine. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I have a grant to go to school, and safety we study for months before we ever get near a machine. And toking on a spinning lathe is not OSHA. It's not safety approved by any measure. Okay, so anyway, I got fired because I didn't know that Will Miles was toking with Joel Heisler, okay? Check your reference. Y'all know Joel, he brings a bong with him, okay? And when he doesn't bring a bong with him, there's people at work that Maine Human Rights didn't suss, and neither did Kevin Stine with the ag Michael Messerschmidt when they put words in my mouth. They went to Kevin Stine and said, we see them toking in the back parking lot. Okay, so no one's done their homework. No one will bring it forward. Why? Because Kevin Stine, to get toffed, needs doff stupid. He needs doff stupid over my value to be resonantly known in residence across the board, okay? And to dow with a reward. Because what would that do with his wife? He fed, sliced, diced, and lice? What would that do? Well, that'd make his whole back game he's fronting a shim sham, okay? Det hie-ven-d, dead again. So we can see with the trajectory that's played out that this is still important to him, to imp, okay? Improvise, put a zero with hyphens around it. I don't know, because I don't want to, okay? So he only has the courage to show, to ask hyphenated tooth, to get toothed, that he add dude with dudes, okay? So he can keep machooning his Dow with wart to get the same consort to tort and bort. O-R-T, that is a crumb left from the me all, okay? So to me, two-pronged approach. When I ask myself what's going on in my life, you know, why am I being tooled by a coupon? Why do I, okay, last resolution, bronze Clarissa, cork sole, they're comfortable, and I can replace them with my own orthotic, and I could get them 30% off, plus they're already reduced because they're bronze and not black. Big deal, okay? About $60 now, okay? And they're as comfortable as Finn. I'm like, and they're a little dressier than casual recreational shoes. So I'm like, I can justify that. The timing is I got that letter from Amy Sneirson at, she sounds like a Jew as well, from Maine Human Rights saying that they couldn't find anything. Well, you can only find your arst, asked, the two on tone knit night, okay? Ask my might, ask my sight, okay? So for me, the final resolution, I'm like, what? Bronze, what? So gold, silver, bronze, bronze. I'm putting together somehow meta in my brain. I get fixated with looking for a way forward, and where I look at my relaxation time too. Oh, look at shoes. But I was thinking bronze, the last resolution to put in place is you should not be asking the law -t. You should not be asking a lot for anything to replace AD, okay? Because it's not there. All right, we get that fair and square. We go forward, and for reward, we add W-H-E-A-D, okay? We wed the head, all right, that you would have represent asking debt again, and where the ag is Jesus, okay? And D, and you know how Jesus is going to lend the bed that he led by speaking. It's to do with you. D-E-W-E-I-D. Okay. Debt to, T-O-W-H-O, who'd debt through. Okay. So, endow it, tooth. So, what else? Bronze. Why am I saying bronze? And why am I bringing that up? Because how I was going after Bill Riley, some of it was a bit haphazard in my mind, because I'm like, I'm trying to nail down, get this shoe thing out of my life. I want to be free from it. I got swimming to do. You know, then I got work. But I feel like I'm being tooled with my weakness. But then I'm like, well, you know, what you're still presenting me is also tooling me to comment on. So to make this shift, you know, shift and sift an ass, I see, I see as, um, ICEASSE, cease, or, you know, um, I think it could be conceptualized like this. If I don't get harried in my life and because sometimes I do, I have to say from last night today, I'm harried, okay? I'm harried. And I'm trying to just like, fuck, get these fucking thoughts out of my head, get this shit out of my vision, get this clutter out of my way, okay? Get it out of my way. Yet, I inevitably have to make the way. So it's like, fuck, okay, sit in it and figure it out. What's going on? Well, I went to go swimming and I had Minnow's leash in my hand and I had my keys on my little canteen leather that I made left over from my coat that I made. It has a little, what do we call, like it's got the same little leash hook. Anyway, and a round metal ring. That came off. So when I went to, I've got an electric car starter, had that. Usually I'll take Minnow out to relieve himself on something as the car's warming up. And then I'm like, but my keys aren't on my canteen. And I'm like, where are they? So I'm like, Minnow, come on. I attach a key fob to his leash. Otherwise I won't be able to get in. That's why I do it. I have two key fobs, one that goes with my canteen and one that goes on Minnow's leash. Because I don't always bring my keys with me, my keys / credit cards with me, car keys. I don't bring those with me when I take Minnow for a walk. And I found myself outside like, oh, I can't get in. Buzz, buzz, buzz. I have to wake someone up to like, hey, can you let me in? And I didn't want to do that. So I put a fob on his leash and then my car keys. That generally covers any time I would exit, I'd be able to enter again. So I went to start the car and my car keys are missing. And I'm like, where are they? I'm like, Minnow, come on, let's go. We went upstairs. I came in here. And I remember I was here because I was buying the shoes. And I'm like, I don't know. And I still had so I had his leash in my hand. And then I saw that my keys had went off my canteen and attached themselves to the webbing of his leash. So my car keys were on his leash. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, and I was aware of the meta. I wasn't taking a whole lot of time to be with it. But it's also pretty clear. It's pretty clear. For a pretty clear read for me, my car keys had moved to the leash, the dog leash. Dogged? We're reversing here. So I know I'm expressing like stream of consciousness. I'm ping and tacking off of how I piece it together. Okay, how do I figure out my meta and direction? Okay, with a thought inside and the visual presentation. You know what I see in stride. Or meat, or, you know, I'm talking about meta, I'm talking about metaphysics, I'm talking about energy, and I'm not trying to get Ivy Tower and esoteric about it, but you're seeing my creative process, trying to figure shit out, and what's really necessary. And I think for me, the bronze Clarissa shoes that I saved $6 or $7 for and cost me approximately 60 on sale, that I finally decided to do. I can bitch and complain that, I'm being tooled by a coupon, and I wish I wouldn't, okay? But I'm so compelled by they're comfortable, and they're as comfortable as Finn, and they don't cost as much. Finn's on sale, you're looking $200, $300. You want boots? $400, $500? Okay. So anyway, I think I needed to have a concrete understanding. The letter came from Amy Sneirson. I'm like, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Because you're in the past and you can only ask, Amy Sneirson. Here's the thing. If you think you're going to get on my trends, having already dipshit on me, I will not have it, Paul Drinan. You do not get to play. Neither do you, Kevin Stine, or anyone at Precision Tool and Engineering. You don't get to play until you rectify. My time has already been here, okay? Ass sate, ass mate, okay? And you've simply squatted on me so you could have your way, hie-ven-d. And that's still not acceptable. I'm not doing that. So you squatted on me and made me run out of bounds, run rune, okay? Run every meta, okay? You've made me run out of bounds and around to maintain myself without any help. And so the demands are exactly what I am, which is you have to bring your own asked, but you do not get to pay as you lay the love you would have, because you have to get square with what you took from me, okay? So I suggest, as your guest, you better start thinking about how you penalize me monetarily, because I want to see that up front, because you do not get to represent me as if you would have. What I've proved is has been here all along. All ALLDONEG, one, lone, and done example, okay? Waiting to EGG, give the A example and the egg, okay? But there's no one to receive it. Vet, there's no one to receive it, okay? So that was it. I mean, I got Amy Sneerson's letter. Was it last night? I checked. I need to check I'm not sure if I check my mail every day, but I was just like, 2 years. 2 years you've played me out, Maine Human Rights and Amy Sneirson. Okay, you've played me out. So you can bullshit prout. Okay? You're not going to waste me ever again. So let's see, what else? Yeah, bronze. Gold, silver, bronze package. I think of it as 3 points of reference, X, Y, and Z. When you're machining parts or you're reading a plan, a blueprint, you know, to elevate something off the page, you've got coordinates of X, Y, and Z to conceptualize something that's 3D and know how to build it. Well, certainly understanding third. Don't go to the law, -t for any yet thing, okay? You know, don't go there. So it's important then that for me, why I would create the avenue to success and succeed would be you carry your own tearaway and bear, okay? Rep and reap personally. To be here as with there. And what I like about the idea of making money with it's even with your own name on it. Oh, I'm also thinking of Captain Minnow. That's Minnow's paper name, Captain. But I chose to call him Minnow because his previous owner said he barked too much. And I thought, well, you're going to have to call me Sarge then, so we get our pecking order established. But I don't want to be Sarge, so I'm just going to call Minnow Minnow. But Minnow's going to be 5 this year, tax day, April 15th, and I'm thinking of starting to call him Captain Minnow again, because I like the idea of a cap. That's Mindowe. And maybe also Captain Minnow will have some money as well. Hie-ven-d to tell ye the belly, okay? I think of Minnow, and I spell it with a 0, as my totem animal of good stewardship, which is innocence in reflection. And stepping back from my ego, like when the first thing he did was he pissed on the furniture I made, but not what I bought. And, you know, I don't prefer piss on my furniture, but it was interesting that he pissed on the furniture I made, but not what I bought. So I'm like, what are you saying? Is that a compliment? Step back from my ego to be like, what are you saying? You know, how do you see it? So here's the thing. If you start paying, and as you play, and lay, L is love, lay the money, towards, to get it agreed, G-R-E, A-G-R-E, so the age is A-D, and I agree, okay, I'm certain you know what to lend, as if to tour your bed, be add, that your bed would be AD, debt again. Okay, so what else? The idea of paying and playing with money with your name on it. Well, it makes it necessary now for you to be as sure. You read AD, endow with your head, as wed, okay? Again, to be received, okay? AD. I think you're also going to start taking care of the money that you exchange, whether it has your name on it or someone else's. Other thoughts. RH, right hand. Warhead, W-A-R-H-E-A-D, add det again, hyphenated, was never meant to be down with war. You want a warhead? Talk to the missus. To retain your core. Okay? Ass score. Okay? You read. You AD. You don't score red. Okay? So, what else? I think we need to make this move. So we're just off Jack Toff to Jack Toff that he had doff 2 by 2. Okay, to ask you. Okay. Ask you because you've already screwed the value. You sent it so you can get it back. Okay. What else? There's nothing in the law -d locked. There's nothing in the law -t FORTHD. Fort the head, ford. The shallow ford, do. EWEID. There is nothing in the law -t do. They can't afford the head, okay? So like Bill O'Reilly, like, I don't buy that hookers, slanderous gossip. Well, he's fronting a value, okay, that he's only sent to misrepresent, okay? It looks like I'm pitching for you two women. Look at that salacious sex worker. She's not like you two. No, Bill Riley, you should not be speaking for two, fort and forked two, in follow through, okay? So stop splitting malfeasant hairs that you sent there asked to star stare red. Debt in repaired red, okay? RED in the red. Your character reference is not a value, leader, or header, okay? What else? So I want to cogently drill some of these in and make it in my ligature, my frame, and forked tongue language. I want to elucidate so you can read it. But if I were to check in, I've been harried, purchased another pair of shoes. They're comfortable. I think the resolution was understanding. Get rid of it. If we make this happen, we get rid of the law -t, and then the ass fuckers can keep fucking buckers in red can keep having their own conversation for the whole world to see that they missired red. Okay? So I'm talking about moving and shifting the game and understanding why I would do things this way. It's to undo what has been malfeasantly promulgated as heresy. If you two dudes are only going to be a zero with a hyphen of I don't know because I don't want to, that will never give it a go. Okay? It will never give it an honest, the head done honest tone to give it a go. And I'm not here to be fooled and fooled, hyphenated, to dow with wort again, okay? So you can tort and bort by misleading. By speaking of value, you would represent Kevin Stine without ever caring to sent or spent, okay? So, in regards to Kevin Stine and Maine human rights, your law -t can't fix what it stole from me, and you're still representing value that is not yours, as you feign to act that you can rep and replace it. You can only do that in hyphenated tin and tine and thine. And so we're removing this now out of the court. Now you have freedom of choice. So if my value is important to you, you better figure out how much you fucking owe me before you step up to the plate and the platter, okay? Because I'll cut you off. You don't get to be here fair and square. That's what you did to me. So I do think that is judicious. You could sit out there and just kind of like yank and wank all by yourself. Hi, you think I'm attractive in red? Let's have a conversation about it. I love God. How are you? Oh, good. What do you do? I make weapons for war. Hey. And I go to church so I can fucking buck every woman to death again. Hie-ven-d, haha. What else? Looks like the internet's kind of slow. What else? You don't get a value to ask. T and B, trial balance. Tune, T on, B on, the ton, the tune, and the bun, to be bunless. Tuneless and bunless. And unless you debt. To ask paid, and ask splayed, paid spade, Layeid, so the oath and the feast as your own. And you could edit the hat that gave, okay? So, what else? I know, I think I read Jack Dorsey at Twitter is backing blockchain technology. If there is an opportunity that this seems important, where you have a big fat zero in your bank account, how I would put that for eve-even money is 0 point, okay? Everyone gets a bank seed account, SEAD, or you make the choice to seat your head and eat, okay, what you seed, SEATHD. You get a choice now. You don't have a choice in the ea.ven marketplace, okay? Two dudes speaking for your face, doffed to replace. Toft, that he had doffed in the place. Palace. Okay. What else? I've been doing this for years. It becomes more and more lucid. So if you're just, stepping in to seeing this, I also get more refined in my vision and expression and what I'm seeing, okay? This is where we're at. It's to make this turn, okay? You shouldn't be speaking for a value unless you want it. T, ass, ext, ext, pose. Text and sext, okay? Expose it, okay? And you put the shoe on the other foot too. It makes perfect sense. Your ea.ven marketplace has only had 2 thieves, okay? And it makes sense that I don't have anyone to talk to, so therefore I am speaking for the knight in absentia, even in my own frame. Frame and Tao, that, tame, HC, honor conscious, honor cause, came. Tame and came. T, hcamel/ld. Cameled. What else? I get a little embarrassed with Jags. Fuck. I get embarrassed. I'm like, I spent all last night looking at shoes, and I thought, oh, I'll just look a little bit this morning. And then like, it's almost 11 o'clock. Stop. Go away. You're being tooled by a coupon. We don't want to be tooled by a fucking coupon. Okay? I'm like, I was talking to myself. I'm like, Angela, you can buy shoes when you need them. Okay? Stop living like you don't have enough. Okay. You know, not, you can check my life I put out on a limb, my steps I've taken. Speaking the truth generally does not afford me your toy wealth. Okay. So I do understand a deficit mentality. I try to keep balance. I also try to suss very hard a good value to make the money that I do have work for me. You know, buying things when they're on sale, etc. Anyway, I think I've got that. All I know is it fits well in my head. It fits well in my head to think of broads as the law-ed that I'm just chucking. Have it. Have vet I it. Again, who gives an honest fuck? Okay? It's important for me to get that. And so I went back and I ordered the Clarissa, because I went back and forth. I brought out all my shoes, like tried them on, and for comfort level, for style, like figuring them out. I'm like, well, you could just keep the knot out, and I'm like, honestly, I like them. They're very earthy. What I explained the other day, when I decided to go with Fly, the knot out is a half step towards something a little more dressy, from vacation land shoes, from recreational and gym shoes, where the Fly is up towards a whole step. And I liked that inspiration. Also, that they made me feel something of the unexpected, which I like as an approach as to use as my totem for inspiration to create my own clothes. And the now out earthy, really like it, but I wasn't sure if I could justify earthy, or I needed earthy right now. And they are comfortable, but I have to say that nude color really, the shape of the shoes really highlighted my scars. And more so than the others. And in a way, maybe it's just not the right time, but my scars stood out. It made the shoes didn't look as attractive. I like the comfort. I like the comfort very much. So I went back and forth. I was just like, fuck, you know what I mean? No, seriously, I feel so silly wasting so much time. I do. Bring all my shoes out, walk back and forth, figure, well, these are comfortable, these are comfortable. Well, these are gym, these I could go do lots of walking in, these are for inspiration, these are a little bit dressier. What are these? You don't need any more. I'm like, but they're 30% on sale, already reduced because they're bronze. No, seriously, it's like, as soon as I was just like, I just went back, bought them on PayPal. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going swimming. Then it was like, I know what the bronze is. The bronze is law-t. It's getting over it. Don't ever go there. And then I had a feeling of feeling a resonance, something congealed. I got it, okay? I got it, I let go. I complain my vision is being tooled by coupon. The meta is probably the same vein, okay? What to do? I've been a bit harried because, and frazzled. Because of what I'm looking at and what I want to get rid of, okay? And there's a part of me is like, let's just go swimming and be free. But the reality is I need to engineer a follow through, okay? And so I'm willing to be candid and to show you how silly I am at times, and you know, as all part of the meta, the deflection even, okay? We have a problem in our society because law is hyphen. Law is the thief, okay? And yet you have to speak to get it agreed and seat. So you can feign, oh, I believe in God, but you have to speak to get it agreed, okay? So you could get feed. Free feed, okay? In follow through. Follow, do, okay? Dow with you know who, okay? So it's deflection, and in that deflection, you're pushing everyone to have a hand doubt. OU-BE-T- doubt and trout. Okay, your route with the trout, to tout. It's all hyphenated. And my frame is changing the ag and the lending, the value to be had is to be head, okay? Even the bed, even if it's your singular bed, you add your head onto every day and go to sleep, okay? Sleep purdy, okay? Sleep purdy, okay? Sleep purdy. Sleep and seep, the source language, okay? SL, source language salvage loss. You're losing zeros by looking in reflection, not looking, okay? Bill O'Reilly selfie. The person that pulls the eye, the pulley, is pulling the eye where they eat to ask speak, okay? The tune and the bun. T-un, B-un, you need, neeked, hyphenated, okay? So understand, if you're not really bringing honest value, you're not speaking for reward, and you're speaking for two thieves to have a bort. A me all for the steady consort, okay? And this riff of stupid nest multiplied, mull and dultiplied and sully and sultiplied. I think that's becoming more apparent And it's showing your pride is to be a bigot. To be a bigot, if you have authority by money, okay, your pride is to be a bigot, B-I-G-O-T. Bigot, toff, that he had, doffed, stupid, to toss, and boss, and also sought. Also, that's a bone, okay? By doing that, you're only seeking and sneaking, KT, sneak the king with the 10. You're only seeking and sneaking to bed down with own. So get off the law representing the people under God when you only want thieves in your bed. Thief-ven-d. Again, because your ag is not the heir, and yet you've given the ag, Dow with war, to speak for you. Y-E-W-E, the yew tree, part of it's poisonous. So it's an allegory for choice. And E-W-E, speak for you, sandwiched between two hyphenated dudes. Neither one of them are the knight here, as with there. H-E-I-R. So let's see. I'm hoping that I got some of those coupon jags out of the way. I'm going to start unsubscribing because I still get ads sent to my email, and I have to say I do find it extremely offensive. You know, the internet has turned into just an ad expression of, you know, I can't even open a page without being ass salted, hyphenated, on the right, that they bought the bed pip and prig height. Okay, so that money to express on me is through pip and prig height. Okay, but I'm assaulted, hyphenated, with videos, with sound, with ads that I'm trying to read this. Okay, and you're like, no, look at this ad. Like, you make my website. I don't have a strong internet speed here, and it crashes my page. It freezes things, and it's just like, God damn it, you know. I do find it offensive, all the ads on an ad. Okay, to be had as head again. Tooling the land as the hand. I envision a news agency. I envision the opportunity. I think Patreon might be a place to engage, to relate. There may be teaching opportunities if that's desirable, you know, working as senior editor, news agency, writer, bank seat account. You know, I could pay you how about 10 zeros? 0.10 for your submission. Okay, so we're going to start providing our own news agency, our own shingle, personals, place to have a conversation with people and product with the ability to follow through and knowing that value. sussing it, okay? So you're sussing it on my framework, what I stand for. First and foremost, we don't need a gun to get a point across. Hie-ven-d, okay? Dead again as ass Jesus stream-end, seam-end, okay? So that's profound. All those people that say they laid down a life for you, it was not an honest one, and they did not suss the tin and tine and thine, okay? They sussed it hie-ven-d, dead again, as the bed they've already led, lend they led, okay? To ask skewed because they've already asked screwed. They have skewed and screwed, EWE, between two hyphenated dudes to speak for you, okay? That you would always style with dudes so you could be bed offed 2 by 2. Hie-ven-d, nude, and dude. New dude. Great. Great. Re-eat at the gat you gave. You're speaking on the gun to restore that. Restore and story that you had adored and more. And all you have for adore is RED, as with your love, okay? You didn't think it through even, and I can prove you don't want to. And now we can see that you're belligerent. You're a belligerent jackass, and we should leave you to your own doing, okay? So what else? What else is a possibility? Yeah, product. Yeah, let's start doing business and start being happy in the follow through. Protection. I think for me, my angle has been to give it more marketing. So I have plenty of things I can market, as I've done, you know. The last one, Parkland, Florida. So Coral Springs, you know. What else? I think it's going to be interesting for people to start expressing themselves in the reflection of what would be a desirable beauty. BEAU. AU is gold. I think it's angstrom unit also. I'd have to double check that. Beau, BEAU, that's a boyfriend. BEAUTEYE, tie the I. Where? At. I eat. To be AD. To bed, to bread. Okay? To pay for your way as with someone you're thinking of. Okay? 2. To ass SON, to ass HONE. So on, so some. Well, I've got some rabid notes to put up, but I'm going to get this video up, then I have work. I was going to say Kevin Stine is the latest example of wishing me well that he's already made and sending me on my own way, as he fronts that he's the righteous, thoughtful caregiver and contributor of the Christ. Okay. it's a rather heartless, spineless action, okay? And I have to say, in my leanness, I'm not here to forget it. I'm not here to forget it, okay? What you would have me do, okay? By making it all over the place, and then have me face -d, okay? To get an asked taste, okay? No, I'm not here to forget it. What else? The server is down. There we go. What else? No, I was sent on my way, -t, by Kevin Stine as the last jackass I've met of late. Not because he desired strength to replace, it's because he already sate in state, stating me to go my way, -t. Okay? There was no thought for me. There was no thought for anything except for him to keep his ass screwed. Edit tooth. He had to do with you. Okay? That's the value of his shim-sham marriage and his children that eat hie-ven-d. Okay? He can only be a stag on the law -t, and he's already expressed that, where he called in his ag, Michael Messerschmidt, and who he didn't suss but spoke to him in the machine shop. And everyone knows who's smoking pot there, okay? And they know who they're doing it with, okay? What else? Yeah, I'm not lean to forget it. Not even Amy Sneirson. What sort of investigation did you do? Okay? I pointed this shit out umpteen times. Well, can you put it another way? Yes. Go talk to Jeff Boudreau. He talked to Kevin Stine about seeing those two smoking pot in the back parking lot. Go talk to Scott. Scott checked my nose. He's like, guy is toped. Why are these not brought into your witness? Okay? That you investigated, that I told you about. How about John Gaudette, HR, okay? Who tried to slap me on my wrist. I'm like, this is how it's going to land. He's like, we can slap me on. No, this is the way it's going to land, John Gaudette, because we wouldn't need your human resources services if you paid an honest rent. Okay? All these jackasses, John Gaudette does human resources. He's not in-house. Kevin Stine pays him separately to be his mouth, to sire remount, and add a damn amount. He drives a huge, big blue truck, and he takes it from here to go work in California. Okay? All over the place. Okay? Teaching how not to sexual discriminate to date. All right? What the fuck? Look it up. Gaudette. G-O-D-E-T. Okay? I believe he is in Westbrook, Maine. Fraudulent, fraudulent, fraudulent. Fraudulent, fraudulent, fraudulent. Well, I'll just go speak to fraudulent, 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 and he'll back me up so I can go forward ass sopped and topped. Okay? What the fuck? Amy Sneirson, you Jew. What the fuck? Seriously. Jewish Kevin Stine with Jewish Michael Messerschmidt didn't want to be alone. Now did they? To crown their own. And he asked what she would come through their own tone and bone and boned. Okay? I don't think so. Or show. I don't think so. Or show or shoe. I don't think so. Just go try and make it up, right? Go try and make it up. Do what I'm doing, right? Because all you're going to be is a knockoff. You're a knockoff. Because you didn't think of it first as a thirst. You have no honor, the head, honor, donor. You have no head that honors the donor as yourself to reverse. Okay? When you're standing on the suffering, you stuff the turf. Okay? To go for reward, doff the first thirst. It's so nasty. Amy Sneirson, Sneirson. Hie-ven-d. Wasting 2 years of my life on top of the fictional services of the daily bread at Kevin Stine's precision tool and engineering machine shop and hop and ho-hop, hyphenated, hope and doffed. Okay, stupid to get toffed, hie-ven-d. Dead again. I win. I within. And you help them, Amy Sneirson. Okay? So you set me back. My value's already been here. And so don't think you're going to just jump on after I've done all the work. I saved myself. ASSHAVEIOREAD. I saved and shaved. Okay? I'm my savior. You get to do the same. But if you set me back, you better be thinking about what you're going to proffer me for putting me in the red for your seen in as your sin. SCENE-INN-D. Dead again. Hyphenated. Because I'm just not going to have you hop on my back. Okay? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I've gone without for much of my life. I've gone within exceptionally, okay? And that is self-evident, okay? As is my motive, as is my priority. Why would I back it up now? Okay? Why would I? I don't have a reason to. In any of my thinking, I don't have a reason to. Okay? And you can't say that I don't, because then we show that you're actually inconsequential to the end. The end? See, the theme I mend? It's about reflection. you with wave and have are not presenting the value to get it back. So you have to make hyphenage sit and shit up, all right? To mask, well, none of us are God, but that's a problem, okay? Because your law-t is in origin for thieves, okay? So I'm addressing that. You will carry your own value, you'll speak for your own value as your ass, and to have it back, and you will have money in your own fucking name, okay? Even. Even debt to hand out the same time for completion. And what else? You know what that means. I actually think that this will be very beneficial for people with a soul, okay? Because it gives providence to just being, okay? You already know what to do. You already know. What you don't know is you don't have follow through, okay? And I'm showing that. I'm showing that ass weld, okay? And if I can ass weld, you can ass weld, okay? I'm showing you how to get through the lot hie-ven-d to repair AD. Endow with where? Aware, that's yourself. AD. It's about being happy. It's if you can't give a value, you're not. Okay? And if you're going to be misled, all the time I give turned into time, and all me one I work for goes to lot, and Dow with war to the money changers, okay, and turns it into time to the boss sought and tossed, all right, you don't have follow through. So we need to look at that and understand that, okay? You already know what to do if you want to, and given the opportunity to reflect, to bring your own value, and to ask to exchange for it in the marketplace with your name on your me one eye, okay, even, I suspect, you know, you're going to know how to accord yourself for follow through. If we remove the false barrier that no matter what you do, you're going to be fucked up and dupe, okay? Dupe and doft again, okay? To put toft, then if we remove that barrier, and then you can start engaging and exchanging value, and building value, you're building less competition for no reason hie-ven-d, you're building more satiety and security and just being, and I imagine you could get off ego needs. What I mean by that is when I work out as a routine, it tends to set the tone for how I feel, how I eat, and having that energy well executed well, okay, it tends to pull me back from my ego needs. I'm satisfied with the sun's shining today. Minnow and I played frisbee. I went swimming. I've got a spot of work at the lice clinic, you know. I'm ideating about clothing I want to make in linen and silk, and I have some ideas. Think about construction sometimes in the wee hours of the morning, and all pretty happy about splendid and resplendent creative opportunities, possibly to share at face value. I say possibly because I'm making clothes for myself. Perhaps I'll go into the marketplace and make clothes as well, but I also would have to learn to make them in different sizes. Still an interesting trail to follow. I like the idea for money exchange, the bank seed account, starting with a 0 point. So say I give you 10 zeros for a news submission, okay? Then your bank account would read 0.10. Okay, so the bigger your bank account gets, the bigger your bank account gets, the smaller the number. You know, I like that because we're talking ea.ven language and anatomically speaking. I put those definitions with it, and I sourced the origin, and a lot of them have chemical elements, and the guy that discovered it. Well, I think it's also pertinent to show the size and range of value also. So. What else? No, I think it's important. I think it's important to. This is an opportunity for tear weight. Those that dow with DOWHEAT. We owe with at the time to complete. Oh, we dow with heat. Okay, don't you do that. Okay, because we understand that. We understand the value of communication. It's for a reason as desire in life even. Why? Because it is a value to be happy. You can't give anything other than what you are, okay? So, let's see, what else? This is going to be going off here soon. All right. I'm going to see if I could get this video up. Notes later.